Hi there. I'm recording this on December 4th, and that means two things. There's this G.K. Chesterton essay about gray skies that I can't get out of my head, and I'll probably turn it into something else somewhere on the other day, but I do recommend it. It's also time for the Darkness News update, which is going to be a long one this set. A lot of things happen, and I'm just going to get straight to it. Um, the Lit Design Awards, which are part of the 3C Awards program, it's a series of judged awards by industry experts in lighting, has offered a special prize to DarkSky International, acknowledging that their work is actually a design issue, not so much a no design issue, an undesign issue. And there we go. We've also found a study of mice when they are given light at inappropriate points in their circadian cycle. After a week, they perform more poorly on cognitive tests, as well as display behaviors associated with stress and despair. The Salk Institute for Biological Studies has connected the dots on circadian rhythm and cancer. This is a meta-study showing all the links we've already seen related to entrainment in the development of cancer, but also the treatment of cancer, and what we can do to keep circadian balance in play as a health program. The EU Directorate has published a light pollution mitigation guideline. This is a new document making the case for how to change exterior lighting across the entire continent to improve the situation with waste light. We've also found from the IGB that illuminated bridges do block fish migrations. This is now calling for a multidisciplinary project to change how bridges are lit and how and when. Daylight saving time, the semi-annual phenomena we do for no good reason, causes a spike in a number of sleep-related words, including insomnia, melatonin, Xanax. We just worry more about sleep for a couple weeks a year for no reason. Relatedly, there are 28 states that currently have so-called trigger laws for the end of daylight savings time. There's currently a Senate bill kicking around. It's been around for a long time. And if it ever does pass, it will end DST at a federal level, which means that 19 states will go to permanent daylight time, and 9 will go to permanent standard time. Speaking of sleep, while we're at it, cannabis might be a better sleep aid than other options. We've got a new survey showing that 40% of people who opted to use cannabis before bed switched away from over-the-counter options and found that their results were better overall. We have an online petition to establish a National Space Day for light pollution reduction. This is a change.org petition, so not necessarily one you know for getting things done or accomplishing anything. Also, there's this thing called Earth Hour. It's been around for decades, I swear. I'm not the only person who knows about it, where you turn off your lights for an hour. It's supposed to be related to energy efficiency and emissions, but it's a natural ally for what we're doing here. We don't need to make up a day. There's a day, guys. We can just jump on this. Conservationists are once again raising concerns over lighting at the U.S.-Mexico border. The wiring is not done in some sections, and there are some sections that are wired but haven't been lit. So there's a chance we could reverse course on this in terms of reducing any damage we might do by turning on these big old stadium lights. Panama City, Florida is celebrating, Panama City County, Florida is celebrating a record year for turtle nesting with 46 turtle nests tagged on their beaches. They're attributing that to the lighting program they put in. And ditto St. John County, Florida, they've seen an estimated 79,000 turtles making it to the ocean. And again, these programs work. For the past 2 years, there was concern that the records they were setting there were related to the plague years reducing tourism, but we're seeing these lighting interventions working. Public will, expertise, and policy can go together, and we can change things. This doesn't just have to be for turtles. It can be for everyone. In Fort Myers, they're about halfway through a new project to alter the lighting, and the street lighting, one street has been done, and it is causing some kerfuffle among citizens, although no road accidents have yet to be attributed to the amber lights they've gone through. Speaking of lighting complaints, Chicago has been named the bird strike capital of America. This is because of building designs that rely heavily on glass as opposed to other materials. There are no real lighting rules for migration season, and it's also positioned on a number of major flyways, and ornithologists are citing this for their decision. Again, Chicago was also home to one building that was home to 1,000 bird strikes in one night. A survey of NASA photographic data has found that Washington, D.C. has the brightest decorative lighting in December, which is weird. You'd think it'd be New York, but they're only number 7. Sinks Canyon State Park in Wyoming has been recognized by DarkSky as a DarkSky park. That's the first state park in Wyoming to get it. It's 600 acres. It's right in the middle of the state. The City of London, in the UK, has rejected a bid from Madison Square Garden Entertainment to build a large Las Vegas-style sphere in Stratford near the Olympic Village. The mayor's office rejected that over lighting concerns. Lewes, Delaware, is discussing a new light pollution ordinances. This is a seaside town wedged between 2 different state parks, the Cape Henlopen State Park and the Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge. Guelph, Ontario, is also taking some cues and examining the possibility of a new light pollution bylaw. They're following cues from London, Leamington, and Mississauga, Ontario, who have all done the same recently. Northampton, Massachusetts, is also considering what they can do about their exterior lighting, and they're situated between 4 different state parks. Ely, Nevada, businesses are beginning to critique a proposed power plant. This is a pumped potential energy station, which would, during the day, collect solar power to push water up a hill, and then at night would let the water roll down the hill to turn a turbine, and they're worried that energy station would contribute to light pollution as it runs. Fairfax County has approved an observatory lighting bylaw. We've talked about this before, but it's gone through. This is proposed zoning that would limit lighting in a half-mile surrounding this observatory. Wasatch residents have sued county council over the LDS approval. This was that proposed temple that is going through in Wasatch in Heber City, Utah. The Friends of Dark Skies lawsuit has been dismissed. It's been dropped. This is a new suit that is skipping over the lighting complaint and going over to procedural issues within the county because a land development agreement was passed over a conditional use permit, which is maybe going to work. I'm not a judge. DarkSky Equeva, that's in Portugal, has been nominated for a World Responsible Tourism Award. Hit Peak National Observatory near Tucson is offering overnight stays. If you feel like staying a little closer to home, these stays can run you as much as $1,350 US, but they do include meals and a personal astronomer for the night. DarkSky International is seeking your recipes. That's right, you can submit your recipes. They're going to make a virtual recipe book available to the community. It's like those church lady booster organizations. They used to, I'm going to print mine out and put it on Spiral Bound. That's what I'm going to do if I get one. And a lettuce farm near Temple, Texas has been a source for comedy. It is throwing a lot of uplight in pink and different colors, but locals are taking it in good humor. The best joke I saw out of this was that's right, every night our lettuce is sending cosmic SMS to aliens. Earth's coordinates are here, green's available, bring your own salad dressing. Anyway, this is brought to you by the Lighting and Darkness Foundation. It's entirely through their efforts, your charitable contributions to that I can do this and spread the word and talk about this and be a bit silly. But it's what they do is much more serious, and if you contribute, you're helping. If you can't contribute, at least share the word around, because that might get us the attention we need for other contributors. But until next time, I've been Scott Wachter. Enjoy yourself.